Hello, people of the internet. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the way we see our workplace and the way we see other people's workplaces. I know I've went through this a lot in my career, and I know that I've seen this a lot in a lot of different places that I've worked. I've worked in broadcast TV, live television. I've edited live TV. I've edited TV that goes on the internet, TV that goes on satellite. I've worked in post-production. I've worked in small post houses and big post houses. I've worked with small agencies and big agencies. Kind of been a little bit all over the scope there. And I have to say that every single place I've worked for, every single place I've been in has their issues. The grass truly is not greener on the other side. It is literally the same grass. It's the same grass. And so every single place that I've been at, you always have those conversations about how much greater some other place is, how much better this other place is, and that you've heard stories about this, and that you've been over here and you've seen these things, and this is so much better than the place that you're at. That might be true case by case. So let's say that one piece of this environment that you're at is better somewhere else, but then there's a piece over there that's not as good as it is where you are, and it just keeps cycling down. And every place that I've been at has those issues. You're always going to have something that you're not 100% on board with where you're at. I think that can cause a very toxic environment, because you're constantly seeking something, that thinking that something is so much better somewhere else. And so you're just like, oh, I just can't take this place anymore because such and such is doing this, such and such over here. And I just can't wait to try to get over there. And so you're not doing the jobs and the things that you've been required or asked to do where you are, because you're looking somewhere else for the possibility of going somewhere else because it's just so much better. Now, there's situations where your environment where you're at is toxic, where you do need to get out and where you do need to try to find somewhere else to work, right? I've had a ton of jobs. Most of the time, I'm not looking for other jobs. I've had very great jobs at a ton of really great places. And I have nothing negative to say about those places. But I have to say that I've been in places, even in those environments, that are actually really great, to where at times they're not so great. And that I'm like, man, I wish that it was like this. I wish that it was like this utopian universe that I see over in this other place. And then I go to that other place, and guess what? It's the same stuff. It's the same thing. So this doesn't work, and these people are doing this, and I wish we had better management in this place, and I wish we had this, type of hardware, software, whatever. And so it's a constant cycle. And I think sometimes creatives are in places for a very long time. 5, 10, 15 years, and they either didn't have the experience somewhere else, or they've been in the same place for so long that they don't see how much of a blessing it is to be where they are. And so maybe when you look at your environment, when you're looking at where you work, think of it a little bit differently, because it truly is the same grass. Like, it's the same grass everywhere. It's the same environment. It's the same workplace. I mean, you're doing the same kind of job. You're doing the same type of work. It's going to be the same type of things, the same type of people. And so when you're looking at those environments, try to think of it a little bit more positive. Look at the things that the place where you're at is doing right. Like, look at the things that they're doing properly, and start maybe growing those areas, and stop being so concerned about the little things that don't have as big of a concern for you. And maybe if there are some things that maybe you think need to be worked on, maybe bring that up to other coworkers or management or something like that, and see if there's things that maybe you guys can work on a step-by-step basis. Maybe if you guys are just looking for a different type of structure, maybe you bring that up to your CD, or maybe you bring it up to your manager or something like that. And you work through those things maybe on a step-by-step, and be like, hey, this is my concern. These are the things that I'm thinking maybe we can work on, because every business wants to grow. And so instead of sitting around and just constantly being concerned with the things that you're in right now and thinking that it's just so much greater over here, maybe just think about those things that are really good where you are, and then think about the areas that maybe you can work on, maybe that you guys can work on together in your workplace, to where you guys can go and sit down and go, okay, let's work on these little areas, and then let's figure out the steps to make this better for everybody. I hope that's a help. I know that I see this a lot. I mean, every single workplace I've ever been in has exactly the same scenarios. I'm not kidding. Every single place that I've been at has the same situations and the same conversations. And maybe you've seen this too. Maybe there's some things that you guys would like me to talk about as far as like workplace environment stuff. That's a little bit more specific. Leave those things in the comments below, and I'll address them. I'll either message you back, or maybe they're intriguing enough to where maybe we can make a video and talk about it. Please let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I would love to hear what you guys have as far as workplace environments. Anyway, I hope you guys have a good rest of the day. Thank you for your time.